but still it's not a very strong position for Jupiter. The strongest position for Jupiter to make a favorable angle into the etheric body to re-establish health is always a trine or a sextile, never a conjunction. A conjunction is only an averagely good aspect. It is often passive. It cannot prove very actively good. Something actively positive will result when the Jupiter is in the 9th house, making trine. The trine in the 5th house is less favorable than the trine from the 9th house, simply because in the 9th house he is above the horizon, the 5th house he is below the horizon. Yes, 7th house, the aspect is not favorable for giving health. He may give good disposition and money or something else. For health, it is always the trine or the sextile. Any planet tackles the health problem from the trine and sextile aspects. It has an occult reason for it. The trine aspect has the threefold expression of the vital principle, that is establishing equilibrium, trio, matter, force and consciousness. The constitution is a trio, an equilibrium between matter, force and consciousness. When this equilibrium is established, there is the existence of the biological kingdom. For this reason, the trine is the best aspect, also the sextile, because it is half of trine. If it is the opposition of Jupiter, it belongs to the cardinal point, which deals mainly with the social and economic and educational importance. Always remember the two types of aspects separately. The one set is the trine, the sextile. The second is the one of the cardinal points. The first set gives good health because it actively causes the etheric matter to flow, whereas in the second set of aspects, including conjunction with the ascendant, contributes to the social and economic development as well as the personality development. Spiritually speaking, soul development, there should be planets in the cardinal. It's not enough if there are planets in the trines and sextiles. Soul development requires what we call unfavorable incidents in life. Making them not unfavorable is what we call the soul development, because it gives us the art of alignment, the art of tuning our capabilities with the environment that is not congealed. You get the capability, you get the capability of searching for a new presentation of your capabilities, to get them tuned with the unfavorable circumstance. When you have made one advancement towards soul consciousness. That is about the esoteric side of astrology. See a little further. Venus sub-period in Saturn's period, 3 years, 2 months. In the horoscope, Saturn is in trine with Venus. He is an exact trine. The positions are like this. Venus is Cancer, 21 degrees. Saturn is Scorpio, 20th degree. So you have the trine aspect. Exactly in between there is Moon in 19 degrees. So Moon has a sextile to Venus and a sextile to Saturn, and Venus is trine to Saturn. So the Venus sub-period in Saturn, and since the Moon is ideally involved, it gives a harmonious expansion of the lower mind, and also much education is received from the mother, because Moon and Venus are included. In fact, I received the first education of the ancient scriptures from my mother. She was orally teaching me the scriptures. Only after a certain age, my father began to teach scriptures. It was a very happy time in my education. To proceed to the next Sun's sub-period. We have to subtract 5 days, 15 days from this and then add Sun's. Now, Saturn's period, and sun subperiod. Again subtract 5 days. In the same way we have done. Sun is 1833 Leo. Saturn is 20 degrees Scorpio. So there is a square between Sun and Saturn. And Sun is very strong in Leo. Saturn is very malefic in, and Saturn is in one of the cardinal points. Sun is in the 7th house. He is another cardinal point. So once again there was illness. There was a period of 2 months with severe icter, severe disease of what is called jaundice. The liver was very bad. I was like golden yellow color. So there was a risky position for health. Then there is the moon's subperiod. Again subtract 5
Gleich,
days.
wenn er gedacht hat.
I have great confidence on you.
I'm not good in calculation. Also, wir haben abgezogen.
Sorry, in sun's subperiod, there was also a calamity, that is mother's death. And then in moon's subperiod, once again the health improved and the education started. Yes, but it is many times difficult to decide. It is one parent. That depends upon the birth positions of the planets. Because on the 4th house, there is Mars afflicted in my horoscope. So there is no scope of much longevity to the mother. And Mars is in his inimical position in the 4th house. Because Mars in Taurus afflicted is very evil position. So according to it, there is no much longevity to the mother. Longevity of one of the parents, especially most probably the mother. It is a sure sign of one of the parents separated, separation of one of the parents. Yes, Uranus may not give a calamity in the family, but it creates strange circumstances in the domestic circle where there are serious disturbances between the two parents, or the person himself is forced to live in a different place from the parent. Saturn in the 4th house doesn't give much evil influences unless Saturn is seriously afflicted.
Okay.
If he is afflicted, often he causes one of the parents long sickness, and the much of the time of the nativity is spent over the sickness of one of the afflicted. Yes, often I have seen Mercury afflicted in the 4th house. The relatives of one of the parents interfering with the domestic affairs, economic and educational conditions of the family going very wrong, especially the brothers or sisters of the mother, or brothers of and sisters of the father. And the probability is from the sisters of the father or brothers of the mother, most probable situation arises. They make a motivated interference with the domestic circle. Especially the motivation is of a mercenary consideration. The family will be having good financial conditions and the relatives will have evil motives about the money. And they make many interferences in the family. Such situations arise when Mercury is afflicted in the 4th. I think we have to make some little modifications from country to country or from nation to nation according to the social structure of the nation. I can know more about the domestic structure of India. You practice the meditation of these two signs, you will gain a mastery over your consciousness and make your consciousness operate in any one of the lower or higher layers of your existence without getting conditioned by any one of the layers. Without this training, when we come to the lower layers of consciousness, our mind is conditioned by the lower layers and begins to exist in the lower layers, forgetting its duty to go again to the higher layer. So these are the two functions that are governing Leo and Aquarius. Here it is said, these devas conceive the greater dweller of supracosmic plane as Vasishtha and in the cosmic plane as Agastya. So Vasishta is the Deva of the supracosmic plane who is working with Leo. Agastya is a Deva who belongs to the cosmic plane. He is working through Aquarius. These two seers preside over the spiritual dwellers of their respective planes. These two are called seers in the scripture. Seer means one who sees the creation. It is called, in Sanskrit, a seer is called Rishi. These two are called Rishis. That is greater than the Deva kingdom. They preside over the spiritual dwellers of their respective planes. That means when the egg was born for a cosmos, they train a group of consciousnesses as their disciples, work as lights, and these lights prepare the colors of the light of the cosmic egg.
Wow.
That is the light that exists before the solar systems were born. With this light, the solar systems will be born afterwards. So they are called the disciples of these two seers. So the functioning of Leo and Aquarius was there in the cosmic egg also, though the zodiacal signs are not yet born, because the zodiacal signs are born only after the solar system takes its birth. But in the cosmic egg, there are the seeds of all the solar systems. Each seed includes the seeds of the zodiac also. It includes the seeds of the zodiac also. See how the seed of a flower plant includes the flower plant totally in itself. It also includes the seeds of the colors of the petals. Similarly, the cosmic seeds, each seed includes the whole solar system, along with the seeds of the zodiacal signs also. So, these seers, who are the disciples of these great seers, they are prepared spiritually to become illumined with their high degree of spiritual vibration, and then they throw out their brilliance into objectivity. Then they begin to work as solar systems. So we have to recognize the existence of the pre-cosmic existence, who are called disciples of these two devas. They are also called the Dhyanis and the Buddhas of cosmos. They are above the spiritual level. That means we know some level which we call spiritual. These fellows are beyond that level. So about them, Blavatsky explains in the following sentence. The highest group of the hierarchies of creation. We have some idea of hierarchy. We have two centers working on this earth. For the initiation of all these two centers are called the hierarchy and the Shambhala. The one center is working through the North Pole and the other center is working through the equator. Those who are working through the North Pole, they are under Sanat Kumara and they are called the Shambhala group. And those who are working with the equator, they are called the hierarchy, who are working under the Lord Christ. So in our bodies also, the Shambhala is working with our individual North Pole, which we call our head center, and the hierarchy is working with our own equator, we call our heart center. So the hierarchy is working with our heart center and the Shambhala is working with our head center. Like this, there is one hierarchy taking care of our earth. There are hierarchies taking care of other planets also, and there are hierarchies taking care of our solar system. They are stimulating our solar system into its own initiation. You must be knowing from the books of Jwalpur, 5 solar systems are receiving the same stages of initiation from 7 greater solar systems. These 7 greater solar systems are called the spiritual solar system or sacred suns.
Genannt.
And the other set of 5 solar systems are called the non-sacred 5 solar systems. They are not at all non-sacred, but when compared with the 7 solar systems, they can be understood as the disciples of these 7 solar. 7 greater solar systems and 5 lesser solar systems form into a cluster of 12 solar systems, which forms one unit. Therefore, we have 12 months in the year according to this pattern. Our sun belongs to the 5 lesser solar systems. Of course, he is not lesser when compared to ourselves. When compared with the 7 greater suns, whom we call the 7 sons of the constellation of the Great Bear.
Nein, nein.
Our sun is a disciple of the constellation. So the Bear constellation is the Shambhala of our sun, and the Pleiades constellation
Und die Person?
is the hierarchy of our sun. So the same pattern runs always. The model does not change, though the magnitude changes. Similarly, they belong to the highest of the hierarchies of our creation. So Blavatsky calls them the highest group of the hierarchies of creation. They are composed of the divine flames. They are composed of flames that are not actually flames on the physical sense. Just as the fire in our solar system is not at all the type of fire we are having on this earth. On our earth, fire requires some fuel. And in the solar system, fire does not require any fuel. It is only brilliance.
Es ist
We call consciousness in us. What we call consciousness, what we call intelligence is only fire on the third plane,
Ist auf
spiritual
der
plane.
drei-
If you can imagine your mind as a form of fire, then you can imagine also its flames. For example, your thoughts can be called flames of your mental fire. Becomes the sun matter. Physical matter no more exists.
Yeah.
That is what we call destroying on the physical plane. From our plane we call it destruction. But those who exist in the sun, they call it transformation.
Nennen es-
Suppose some of us go in a special aeroplane into the sun globe. An aeroplane which can withstand the heat until we go to the sun. Then we find that we are burning along with our aeroplane. We experience great pain and burning as long as we have physical body. But the moment the physical bodies are destroyed, we find altogether different scenes. The living beings of the sun globe welcome us, not only ourselves, but also the millions and millions of atoms of our physical body, which are no more physical in their existence. They are transformed into fire.
Sie sehen,
Then the inhabitants of the sun globe, they welcome us.
uns willkommen heißen.
They ask us to sit down at their table and take our dinner. A change of one state of fire into another. The sun also has his own fire which burns him. Our fire is our greater existence which burns our body. Similarly, the solar system has his own fire which burns the sun and the solar system in the end. Do you know that each solar system has its own span of life, just as we have? At the end of the span of the solar system, the solar globe is burnt into his fire, which we can call the cosmic fire. These beings are working as scouts in the cosmic fire. That is what Blavatsky described. Once again, I will repeat the sentence of Blavatsky. The highest group of the hierarchies of creation,
Der Schöpfung.
so called, also spoken of as the fiery lion and the lions of life. Just as the Lions Club exists, they too exist on the cosmic plane. Why they are called lions? Leo sign of our zodiac, as these fellows are conducting on the cosmic plane. Therefore, they are called the Leo sign on the cosmic. Simply, they are called the lions of fire. That is how the scriptures describe. So, the lions of life. Still, Blavatsky explains they are formless, fiery breath. Fire exists, but matter does not exist there. How can fire exist? We can imagine fire only on the material plane. If something is burning, then we can understand that there is fire. or if something is hot, we can understand that there is fire. But suppose fire exists in space,
Yeah.
where there is no matter. What way it should exist? Because there is no matter to burn. So there is no physical flame and there is no metal in space. Therefore, there cannot be any substance that can be heated by the fire.
Daher gibt
Of fire existing as heat or optic light, because now what we call light is only optic light. Fire exists in empty space. It cannot manifest either optic light or heat. Suppose there is no air also, then there are no wind currents also. Air exists in space, then the fire can move the air
Regen,
and produce wind currents, but there is no air also. Then what is the phenomenon that is produced by this fire? It is only pure sparks of consciousness and also pulsation, expansion and contraction
zusammenziehen.
on the plane of space. When there is expansion, there is the disappearance of the cosmic egg. When there is contraction, there is once again the formation of the cosmic egg. This is what is called pulsation or breath of space. The fire produces only fiery breaths when there is the contraction of space. Once again the formation of the cosmic egg. Once again, when the expansion takes place, there is the total disappearance of the cosmic egg. In between, it takes only a few seconds. The whole evolution of the cosmos, the evolution of the planets, and the evolution of living beings on these planets, birth of the human beings,
Und die Gebeten,
their education, marriage and children, all these things take place through our millions and millions and millions of years during those few seconds on the cosmic plane. You may not believe it. And believe if you take an example. Suppose when you are sleeping, a pin is pricked on your leg. Then within a split second you will awake. But in the meanwhile, creates a dream to you. Dream, you are walking on the street. Someone is following you. You suspect that he is observing you. You begin to walk quicker and quicker. He also walks. He also begins to run. You will run and run until you get exhaustion. But he is still following you.
und immer noch
You will run like that for hours together, and then you will find that the road is closed and there is a big river before you. The fellow is hunting you, so you have to jump either into the river or into the thorn. Then you will jump into the thorns because you will have a deep prick of the thorn in your leg,
Right.
and then you are awake. So much story happens in a split second, and the dream takes place for some hours in your dream consciousness. Though in the ordinary consciousness it takes a split second. So this is the difference between the cosmic mind and our mind.
und
On the cosmic mind, one cosmos takes only few seconds and again disappears. On our plane, the cosmic evolution takes millions and millions of Brahma's span and then our solar system. So that few seconds pulsation of the cosmic plane is called the fiery breath of these beings. So they are breathing in fire and they are breathing out fire. So they are breathing in fire and they are breathing out fire. When they are breathing out fire, then we are existing.
Yeah.
When they are breathing in fire, they exist and we are nowhere. They are the formless fiery breaths. All this activity as a print in the sign of Aquarius. So when your consciousness is stimulated into the activity of Aquarius, you will know all this and you will see all this in the form of a drama, just as Jwalpool saw it while he was dictating the books to Alice Bailey. This can be understood to some extent when we remember that Leo, the opposite sign of Aquarius, and that Aquarius represents located within Sushumna, and that Leo is the fifth sign or the sign of children of the zodiac. If you remember that Aquarius is the opposite sign of Leo, and that the Leo governs this part of the body, Aquarius also governs that part of the body, but within the vertebral column, where the tube of the yogi exists. That means the channel of consciousness. The whole channel is filled with consciousness. A steam-like substance is working as the medium of the consciousness. When we insert and take some of the steam into an injection tube, it is condensed into liquid, and that is what the doctors call the lumbar fluid. When they conduct the lumbar puncture to conduct tests, they take this liquid. But remember, when once this liquid is taken, it can never be replaced, and the person has to live lifelong. That much of intellectual deficiency, which can never be supplemented in that life, because that steam that is flowing in the vertebral, the result of all our experiences of the past life, and hence it is the present karma. And when a part of it is physically removed, it is as bad as one hand or one leg amputated. So we have to live without a part of our intelligence if once the lumbar puncture is done. Here you have to understand one peculiar point in astrology, which is not available in popular astrology. If you take the parts of your body and begin to locate the zodiacal signs, you locate Aries in the head, and Gemini in the throat and shoulders, Cancer in the chest, Leo in the cave under the ribs. See, you will find exactly the same sign here. Under your ribs, it is taken by the ancients and given as the sign of Leo. So every one of you can find a lion sleeping there. Whether you are courageous or not, there is a courageous lion sleeping in you. And then Libra at the navel, and then Scorpio in the genitals and rectum. Libra, navel. Virgo is there. Yes, Virgo is Virgo is the navel region, and the Libra is the lower abdomen. And then in popular astrology, you will find that the thighs are governed by Sagittarius, and knees are governed by calves, governed by
Baden vom Wassermann.
almost lowest place, and
Und der Fisch ist die
fishes
Füße.
in your boots,
Fisch sind die Füße.
just above your socks. This is what the popular astrology teaches us.
Das ist
But if you go to the astrology of the scriptures, from Scorpio onwards, it takes an up direction. Aquarius exactly opposite to Leo. Pisces up to your pro center. So you should trace this from within the tube of the vertebral column. So here in the vertebral column, you have the heart center, which has a double function. One is the function of Leo in the descending order, and the other is the function of Aquarius in the ascending order. That is why the heart center is, because the cosmic existence, just as the beginning of the cosmos is made by these disciples of the fiery breath, so also the beginning of your existence is made
Then?
in the mother's womb as the beginning of the, because in ancient days the heart center and head center to the same point. Ancient days means at the time of the fertilization of your birth. It is a mystic language used in the scriptures. If they want to speak about the period after your birth, they call it the historical period. If they want to speak of the prenatal period, that is before your birth and after your fertilization, they call it the prehistorical periods of this year. And the time of fertilization is called the beginning of the cosmic, a symbol, a blind used by the authors of the scriptures. Blavatsky also uses the same blinds. For example, if you read the book on occult meditation, he uses many blinds. For blue, he uses the word indigo, because our eyes see it as indigo, whereas the color on the mental Buddhic plane is blue. So he uses the substitutions which appear to our eye. Otherwise, we cannot understand. You say the rack of books.
Regal.
You can understand very easily. Paul from a distance says, the wood here is white. We cannot understand. Though this is wood, though this is white. If he stands in this room and says that the wood in this room is white,
Das ist
we are surprised. We say there is no wood at all in this room and wood can never be white. So he has to point out and call it only a rack of books, though it is wood. So the authors of the scriptures, they use blinds so that we may not be confused while reading them. Here also they used many blinds. The astrology of the scriptures, which describes the spinal column and the inner tube, is one blind. Similarly, the word ancient days is another blind. The heart center and the head center are at the same place. When the time of spermatozoa fertilizing the egg, there is only one center of consciousness, and afterwards it formed into head center and heart center is shifted a little down. But in the beginning there was only one center. That center contained everything.
alles.
That is what we now call the heart. That is the reason why the constitution can work when the other centers stop working. But when the heart stops working, all other centers should stop working. And the officers who are appointed,
Sind
whom we call the devas, they should close the office and go away. So the heart center is the first center that was inaugurated, and the heart center is the first center that stops. Though when head center is separated, the duties are shifted to the head center, but yet the importance is to the heart center. That is the importance of these two signs, Leo and Aquarius. No, they are magnetic points. I will explain you a little. You know that the earth is going around the sun. When you observe from the earth, you will take the earth as the center, observe that the sun is going around the earth. So this illusion circle is what we call the zodiac. Astrology has nothing to do with the real circle. That point is cleared in esoteric astrology by, and there are 2 points where the real circle and the imaginary illusion circle intersects. When the earth is going at those 2 points, the sun, the earth and the moon come on the same line exactly. But in other places, they are not on the same plane. If the sun is here, the earth is here and the moon is here. They are in different planes. They are not in a straight line. But in these 2 nodal points, the 3 bodies come exactly to a focus. Therefore, at those points, either new moon or full moon occurs. When the moon is on the other side, full moon occurs. When the full moon is on the same side of the sun, new moon occurs. And on that full moon or new moon, what we call eclipse, because the 3 come in the same point. If the earth's shadow covers the moon, then we call it lunar eclipse. That is on full moon day. If on a new moon day, moon covers the appearance of this, then there will be the solar. So we have these 2 imaginary points on the illusion circle, where this circle cuts the original circle. They are called the ascending moon node and the descending moon node. There are no planetary bodies at those 2 points, but these 2 points work as 2 whirlpools of forces. That is, whirlpools of magnetic lines of force. There will be a great activity of energies, just as when a ship is moving in the ocean, there is stir in the ocean after the ship. Though the ship passed away, there is a big confusion of water
gibt es
up to some distance. Just like that, these 2 points are having a big commotion, and when any planet comes to these points, specially stimulated, either for the better or for the worse. The cardinal points of our horoscope happen to be there. We will have great energy driving all our life, either for the better or for the worse.
Entweder für